I wanted to do the military-esque clothing because, like, the songs about a soldier and everything, and, like, I have the clothes. It's cold out. It's cold here in New England, but I will power through for, the sake of being an entertainer, as is the life. Hi, my name is Aster. So, like, Gravity is the best Hazbin Hotel song, right? Like, we can agree on that. That seems to be the consensus, right? I know we're only 2 episodes into season 2, but like, come on. I sat down to start this script within 20 minutes of finishing the episode. People love Lute's song, and I'm going to explain why. The song really isn't like anything else on the soundtrack, so for the sake of context, I want to start by discussing genre and theater. Some people have this idea that theater needs to sound a certain way, that it should have these dainty orchestrals or sweeping violins. There's this expectation that vocals should be nasal and over-enunciated, like you know the type. And she got everything bright-eyed or pouty-lipped, but like, who actually said that? Hazbin has never been totally stuck to the musical theater sound in that respect, but it's stayed in the ballpark. Electro swing is the overstimulating cousin of modern musicals. Don't ask me to elaborate on that. I'm about to call this song metal a lot of times. It's not, it's hard or alt-rock. Sorry for the confusion. Now, metal, that's a new one. Definitely a departure from the usual palette of the show and many of its fans. What's gotten people so hooked on Gravity then? Let's pick apart the song and find out. You hear that lone string instrument playing? Really great choice as a tone setter because of how it is being played. It's weak, not quiet, but weak, like it's not being played with good form. It feels random with the rhythm, which is defined by this quickly pulsing synth line. It's unstable, a great way to foreshadow where this song is going to go. Does no one know who they're dealing with? Think I'll let it go, forget and forgive. The Latin chanting is an obvious move, but that doesn't mean it's a bad one. It's playing a similar role to the violin, creating another echoing contrast to the plucked bass synth. Even though it's less random, it's still reflecting Lute's crumbling psyche. That desire to do what she considers righteous is driving her to an extreme. She's been told it's no longer an option, so her mind is splintering and has created a voice to vindicate her. The opening lyrics are also very strong. Starting with the message "no one knows what's going to hit them" is wonderful. It's so angry and so tense. The second line pairs with it well, creating an A-B-A-B rhyme scheme that creates a wonderful back and forth feeling, again building this unsteady and precarious soundscape. Does no one know who they're dealing with? Think I'll let it go, forget and forgive. Do you see how rhyme scheme can dictate perceived movement? Splitting the stanza into 4 like this gives a mental image of Lute looking back and forth in paranoia because of how the rhymes play into the rhythm. How cool is that? Reaching me, it's terminal. There's no remedy but to burn them all. Not to bring down the mood any, but it's Hazbin. The lyrics can be rough. This is definitely a lot better than they usually are. Saying one's rage is terminal is awkward phrasing, as is rhyming it with burn 'em all. I mean, you don't say terminal, you say terminal. I definitely see the benefit of triple rhymes for the B lines, though. The meter is asking for it, in a way. Each line ends with stressed, unstressed, stressed, and that's best fit by a triple rhyme with the same pattern. Rage in me and terminal do fit. And for what it's worth, slants do fit better with a collapsing mental state than perfect triple rhymes. It's awkward, but it's not taking me out of the song. Why would somebody with this much unchecked anger be speaking in perfect technical rhymes? I still got a job to do, my mission's incomplete. Only a traitor could consider making peace. The switch to a near rap delivery had me like, oh, we're going this direction again. Oh well, but then I realized, oh my gosh, it's not theater rap. It's nu metal. I was shocked, to say the least, and it's actually working. The princess has to pay for what she did that day, for what she took away. Lute is speaking faster as she's getting angrier. She's bluntly stating the source of her fury to the hallucination of Adam, her former general, the voice telling her to lean into that indignant rage. It's not pretty, but it's telling the story, and it fits the narrative. And Lute hitting the wall in time to those hard beats? Awesome stuff. I love an integration of the visuals and music. Now, you want me to fall hard for your song? Bait me to that hook. Cutting the instrumentals before a chorus that strong comes in is like giving somebody a shot of liquor. You feel it hit your gut. This song smacks you in the face with heavy guitar and pounding drums. Unlike the every 16th note bass at the beginning, these drum hits are spaced out. It's common in metal like this. Editing Aster here again, something else I want to add that I think is cool is that this song actually resembles a lot of Christian rock of the mid-2000s with this big singable chorus. And there is a real rock producer on this song, so it may have been intentional. The anger has built and now it's being released. It's heavy and it should feel heavy, like breathing hard after letting out your rage. I want to point out this one synth. It sounds like a radar ping. It's just a neat detail to subtly fill in some empty space. For the lyrics of this chorus, you have it open with "storms coming, I can see the clouds." That's the kind of line that makes you like throw up your arms and cheer. Sometimes we support women's wrongs. This line works so well for a couple reasons. The or phoneme is easy to growl, it's scratchy by nature, so the singers can use that to their advantage. Second, definition. You can't argue with it. That storm is certainly on the horizon, just listen to that anger. Lute is voiced by Jessica Vosk, Adam by Alex Brightman. Vosk is a former Elphaba, and that's a role you don't land by accident. She's got the pipes. She hits an F5 here for what was probably the juiciest minor third of this composer's life. That is indeed the defying gravity note. Both Vosk and Brightman are truly giving it their all here, and that's like 75% of making this genre work. You half-ass this performance and it turns to Disney epic metal cover. Now let's address the Elphaba in the room. Gravity does not fall, it causes things to fall. It is downward force. The song is called Gravity as an homage to Vosk's former role, and on a pure sound level, it's an awesome word to sing. It's just not technically used correctly here. At the same time, though, we all forgave surface pressure for pressure like a drip, 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 which I honestly find worse. Pressure is force over area, it doesn't drip. Gravity, at least, is associated with falling. Plus, it's also got a cool literal meaning here, since Lute would be going up from heaven down to hell. If my ear training is correct, which it sometimes isn't, most of this couplet is sung on C. The song's key is in D, which means this part is being sung on the 7th of the scale, the least stable note, the one that's demanding to resolve onto the root. Again, it's precarious, it gives off that danger. Gravity, a fact of life, is something inevitable. Now You Can Bet sounds too informal for this situation, but it really is hard to be mad at any one line when the performance is this strong. That high note is tapping into my primal instincts, I need to do a pull-up. The use of the word flood is almost certainly invoking the story of Noah and the Ark. It would make sense since that story involves God creating a cataclysmic flood to wipe the earth clean, and that's exactly how Lute would have it in hell. With the explosion of the first chorus having occurred, it wouldn't feel right to go back to the tense sound or structure of the first verse. You can't really put that back in the bottle. So the second verse builds off the beat of the chorus instead. The song is taking on a pretty common form for this type of alt metal or hard rock. Think you're hell's great savior. Will you still when I return the favor? While that is a neat guitar lick, a bit of missed meter here, return is supposed to be said with the second syllable emphasized, not the first. I didn't get this couplet at first either. I know Lute is talking to Charlie, and she's trying to say she'll be the savior by destroying the sinners. It's just phrased strangely. I do get it, since being Hell's savior meant killing the angels, and Lute wants revenge for that, but that doesn't change the awkward nature of the line. Now, this is a cool line. I will kill your loved ones and make it feel like it's your fault. Shoot it into my veins, exactly what I want from a villain. Theater songs are about giant emotions, and sometimes that giant emotion is bloodthirsty vengeance. And I think that's beautiful. You were there when they needed you, the only soul who's ever completed you. Hear that? That choir in the background that's not overtaking everything, but is instead being used like a synth pad? It's a reflection of how Lute still considers this a divine mission. She wants to, at the very least, believe this isn't just about personal grief. Then you'll get a little heated too. 4 lines in a row with the same triple rhyme. A rhyme scheme like this helps all 4 lines build off one another. That rage is building again, punctuated by the hard hits on the final 3 syllables. That's how those triple rhymes pay off. Storms coming, I can see the clouds. No running's gonna save. We clap and cheer at the unexpected placement of the drop. The core strength of the song is that it feels incredible. The targeted fury is palpable. You feel every ounce of that desire for vengeance. The second time around, this chorus has even more bite, even though the lyrics are the same. The song isn't just frustrated, it's outright murderous. This is the exact correct use of this genre for musical theater. This is content dictates form. The narrative demanded this kind of sound. It would not have worked with the typical musical theater template. By avoiding that kind of prescribed orchestration, it actually went above and beyond in achieving its goal for the story. Same goes for not having perfect, pretty lyrics. It would have sounded too clean. The roughness communicates the emotion way more powerfully than perfection would have. And you know what it's called when a song communicates the deepest emotions of the character? Musical theater. Metal as a genre is diverse. It's been used time and time again for storytelling. Power metal is a genre that deals almost exclusively in fantasy and legendary battles. Thrash and heavy metal feature complex dynamic instrumentation. Alt metal has a long history of screaming emotions. Why can't it be useful for a narrative? Too much guitar? Too intense for pearl-clutching theatergoers? You're watching Hazbin Hotel. I don't think Satanic Panic is a good excuse. There's just no reason for theater to stay stuck to a few select sounds. So no, resembling a skillet track does not disqualify Gravity from being musical theater. It's actually the best example of it in the whole series. I hope you enjoyed this analysis. I'm a child of the mid-2000s, so of course I'd be a sucker for this genre. What do you think? Can a song like this truly be musical theater? Is it totally out of place? Let me know in the comments, and have a wonderful day.